Oh, hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And you've got the Devil card as your first card. This is a wonderful card. I know everybody kind of poo-poos the Devil card a little bit. Sometimes it seems that it might be too materialistic, or it might be too obsessive, or you know what this really is, though? I'll let you in on a little secret. This is the driving force within you, okay? This is the engine of the car, right? This is the power that you hold within you. And of course, it could be used for good or ill, right? I think you're somebody with an intense amount of ambition right now. And yes, the sort of, the advice is to don't isolate yourself, okay? You have a very big mountain to climb in your life, and you're climbing it. Make sure you stay connected with your people, your pets, your plants, and your people, okay? Because the Devil card is that generative drive, that desire, that something, that driving force within all of us, that wants to create, that wants to do something, wants to leave a mark on the world, wants to make a difference, wants to be part of change, wants to create, wants to do, right? Wants to go forward in some way. Has a sense of purpose, whatever that purpose might actually manifest as in the details, doesn't really matter, right? Not to this card. But along with the driving force comes the aggressive drive and the pleasure drive. And I think that those two drives have to be in the right proportion with the generator. They have to be sort of subservient to it. But it's all part of this. That's why sometimes the Devil card is just someone who is just pleasure-seeking, just materialistic, just wanton disregard for everything except for pleasure, 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 right? And that's why sometimes the Devil card can lead us to just outright aggression and, well, some rudeness, you know. So I think that you have to make sure that you keep your proactive energy, your desire to do, right, this driving force, it needs to stay in balance. And to do that, we have to sort of keep our heart open, right? And that's the thing. This is the engine of the car. The engine doesn't care where you're going or why. The engine just wants to rev and roar, you know. It wants to feel its power, and that's what the Devil card is. And we can use this for really great, great accomplishments that will benefit everybody, okay? And so you're really, I think, you're tapped into this energy right now, that you realize you can do anything if you put your energy toward it, if you sort of, you know, if you put all of your attention on it, okay? If you channel this driving force toward your goals, you're guaranteed to achieve them. Of course, we have to keep the balance, okay? So we're going to look at this card in the context of a few other cards and see what else we've got. See, there it is. There's the ace, there's the love, right? That's what's going to keep this Devil card on the right track. Okay, because this is your absolute love, and this is the part that I'm saying. If we're in this Devil energy, you have to keep your balance by keeping your heart open, by staying connected with your family, your friends, your pets, your plants. Right? Here's the 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and one of the. Well, this is a Capricorn. A lot of Capricorn energy. These two are both Capricorn cards. Okay, this is the Knight of Pentacles looking toward the future. So this is really, it's this fiery energy here that is really sort of keeping this this devil card going. This is the, let's say, the fuel that you put into the engine. And of course, the Ace of Cups is the fuel as well, right? And we need that we need a good fuel mixture in order to really achieve the greatness up here with the Wheel of Fortune, and to continue moving forward toward the future in the way that we truly desire, in our highest, truest self. Okay? Over here, look at that 10 of Pentacles. This is, wow, this is really good. We've got the Hanged Man in the environment. That makes sense to me. We've got a 10 of Wands in the position of what we don't want. The 9 of Wands is, I think, really the appropriate mixture, the appropriate balance. See, we have sun and moon. This is kind of the air-fuel ratio that keeps things moving along at a steady pace, but a very balanced pace, very committed. Okay, this is a strong commitment that you have, I think, to get these, to manifest these goals. This really is, wow, this is big. Okay, this is really, really big. A lot of fire today. We're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the Factor, Infinite, and Unknown. It's going to go right here with Octopus. We don't have a name for the octopus. I don't know if we need one. If you can think of a name, or if you want to help me pick a name, go ahead and leave that down in the comments if you think you know what that card is. Put that down in the comments too. All right, let's use our intuition. All right, I think it'll be fun. Anyway, let's look around the room. This is really extraordinary. Okay, major arcana, 1, 2, 3. So we have this driving force to achieve all of this. I mean, this is fortune and glory, all right? This is beautiful Wheel of Fortune. All the success, all the abundance, all the lavish gifts, all the profits, all the rewards go to you. But we've got the Hangman. So it's kind of saying like, you're striving for all these rewards, all of this greatness, but then you're sort of, you're not sacrificing it, you're not giving it away, but there's a sense of humbleness and humility surrounding it. It's almost as if you're taking a lot of pride in all of your achievements and all of your accomplishments, but they're not just for you. I think that this is really the card it's a card of empathy for you. I think empathy is the name of the game for you right now. With all of this strong, fiery energy, we need the heart to be open. We need to realize that our wins, our gains, our profits are not just for us. Okay? It doesn't mean that you're giving all your money away or you're renouncing the material world. No. In fact, the opposite. I think you're embracing your success. You are accepting your success, and you're receiving it with open arms, right? And then I think you're also understanding that it's necessary for you to have empathy and compassion for people around you. Share what you have, share the abundance, share the wealth, as they say, right? So we've got our majors, and I think it really is, this is the card that sort of keeps you humble, right? Keeps you thinking of other people, putting yourself in other people's shoes, while you are devil and the Wheel of Fortune, right? And so this is that necessary counterbalance. Then we've got fire, 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 a lot of fire, okay? We got water, just the right amount of water. What we don't have is any air. We've got our earth card here and here. We don't have any air. And so the absence of air is kind of saying, look, we need the exchange of ideas. We don't want to be closed-minded. We don't want to be cut off from people. The thing about the devil card is that sometimes this can be cut off from other people. Sometimes this is isolating. You can be the sort of the mountain goat all by yourself, achieving all of this wealth and glory and just covered in jewels and gold and stuff. You got to make sure you have people around to share it with, you know, that can enjoy it with you, that can celebrate with you. So I feel like we need more air. We need more air and water, really. We need a little bit more of the interpersonal connection. We need the water to sort of now that your heart is opening, right? The heart chakra is opening. I think that this is the beginning of kind of a new awareness of the people around you, a new awareness of your sense of purpose, really. So it's not even necessarily about the other people. It's about your sense of purpose. Why are you doing this? Why are you succeeding? What is it about you that is so, is going to be so successful? Why do you want the success, and what are you doing with it? See, the Knight of Pentacles in the future is sort of looking at what you're doing next, right? You're achieving all of this, and what are you doing with it? The Hanged Man could kind of say that, look, you're achieving all of this tremendous wealth, and then you're renouncing it, right? I don't think that's exactly what's happening, but I think you're understanding that you have to do some good with your energy. It has to be applied to the things that you care about, the things that open your heart, okay? And I think your heart is opening very much right now, okay? The Ace of Cups is the source of all love and light and life and creativity, imagination, compassion, empathy. It's the source of all of that. So this is kind of the seed of this great potential for you to make a really huge difference in the world. I wouldn't be surprised if the mystery card is the world, because I feel that this water, this cup, this seed of love, right, is going to grow. It's going to spread out. It's going to branch out into many other rivers. It's going to flow to many places. So I feel like what you're doing is your heart is opening, and you're realizing that your ambition, your talents, your effort, right, your force and fire, your creative drive, your generative drive is going to have an effect on a lot of different places. You're going to be doing a lot of good for a lot of different people in the world. You're going to be leaving your mark, I think, on a lot of very different things. Okay? The absence of the air energy does say that we might need to plan how this is all going to go down. See, we have, again, the Ace is in seed form. It's the source. You have the well of water, but you've got to somehow bring it to the people. You got to create the irrigation channels. You've got to build the pipes to take the clean water to people. You've got to just get some people over with some buckets and say, let's take it. Let's go. Right? Let's deliver it. And I think that it's something that you intensely care about, something that really does activate your heart chakra. Okay? The Three of Wands at the bottom is your identity. It's this feeling of knowing who you are. It is gnosis, right? It's knowledge of self. And I think that this is really, it's important to you. I think this is kind of what you're trying to do. The reason why you're sort of going up this mountain this way is because this is something that it is a reflection of you. This is who you are. This is what you're all about. Of course you're going to climb that mountain, right? Of course you're going to work toward this success. Because whatever you're doing in life, and again, it's not really about the specific details, but it's the how you're doing it and the why you're doing it. I feel like your sense of self is just flowing forth from you. That you're in your own spiritual zone, and I don't know how to describe it. It's like your creative fire is just flowing out into all directions in the world right now. This is the card also of virtue, of integrity. This is your character. This is you knowing what kind of person you are. You know that you're a good person. And you know that you're going to make the right choices with your success. And so you're kind of saying like, yes, universe, you can trust me with billions of dollars because I'll do the right thing, And it's true, and you believe it because it is true. Yeah, that you will. You will do the right things with your success. And now whether we're talking locally or literally, on a global scale, your success, you're going to do the right thing with it, And the Five of Wands here in the background, I think that you've had some conflict in your past. I think there have been people that have been a bit inconsiderate toward you recently. I don't know if these are family members or friends or coworkers maybe, but there's been some sort of competition, and I think there's been some sort of underhanded dealings in your life, and you don't like that. You kind of like, I'm not going to stand for that, But you managed to get through that, and whatever that situation was, it's almost over. Okay, and maybe this is sort of the thing. Maybe that's why we've got the devil energy as that sort of lone mountain goat, because this, the team that you had before, I feel like they sort of, I don't know that I would say they betrayed you. It's a 5 of Wands. It's not like a 9 or a 10 of Swords, But I feel that there was some undue conflict in your past sort of team situation. And maybe you've sort of left that and you're doing things on your own a little bit. Or even if you're still mixed in with the team, you've kind of taken your energy and just sort of, you kind of distanced yourself from them a bit, right? And so, the 5 of Wands, it makes sense to me. But don't let this spoil your whole idea of teamwork. Don't let it spoil your idea of connections. I feel like this might be the reason why there's no air energy here. Because we just stopped talking to those people. It's not worth the effort, right? Okay, there is a chance for you to relocate. I feel that maybe you're considering a new work environment or a new home environment. I feel like there's a chance for you to sort of think about where you want to be next year or in a couple months or, whatever the timeline is for you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune at the very top. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy. It's all expansive. It is the promotion at the job. It is the recognition for the job well done. It's you being raised up into a position of authority and power and wealth and prosperity. Okay? With this Jupiter, and sometimes it kind of feels with the Jupiter energy that it's all luck. It's kind of like, I don't know how I got lucky, but suddenly I'm here and things are absolutely great, and I don't know why. It seems kind of surreal, This is through your hard work, as we know with the fire energy, your integrity, we know with that devil card. This is through your own hard work, but it may seem like I got to pinch myself. I can't believe I'm here, But you are. And I think that this is going to be a huge financial boon for you in very soon. I think it's going to be an opportunity to expand your life, expand your business, expand your art, or whatever your focus is, to make it bigger. It's like someone's kind of offering you to take it to the next level. It's like, hey, do you want to go national? Do you want to go international with this business or, whatever it is? And I think it's maybe giving you a moment to rethink your future. So now we've got this Knight of Pentacles in the future position. And the Knight of Pentacles, it's another Capricorn energy. I feel like a Capricorn person is very close to you for some reason. I don't know where they are, but I think Capricorn is kind of maybe you have a family member or there's like a role model in your life or something that is or was a Capricorn person. And so I feel like you're really in touch with that energy right now for some reason. Yeah. Maybe you have a significant Capricorn placement in your astrological chart. Yeah. Anyway, the Knight of Pentacles is the energy that's always looking at the future. Right? This is the card that says, tomorrow, you're going to be sort of reevaluating your long-term goals. See that card? They're not moving. They've kind of taken a pause to look into the distance, to see, where do I see myself in a week, a month, a year, 5, 10 years, 100 years, Where do I see, what do I want to see in 100 or 1,000 years from now? In other words, what you're doing, what you're creating, you're not just limiting it to my future. Where am I going to be in a year? No, where's the world going to be in a year? In 10, 20, 100 years, 1,000 years? You're thinking of all of us, right? You're thinking of what your plans are that I think are really going to outlast you. Whatever you're creating is going to be here long after you're gone, all right? Whether it's art or business or family or whatever it is. The impression that you're leaving on the world is significant, very significant. And I think you're going to have to reevaluate your future. I think this is a very good problem to have, that you've got to sort of stop and say, okay, wow, where am I? Oh my goodness. Now what do I do? I have to rethink the whole thing now. I think it's happening very fast. Okay. I think this is kind of a sudden thing because I feel like it catches you off guard and we kind of pause and we just think, okay, now, wow, like I need a minute, to sort of figure things out. We don't have any air energy. I feel like there's a gasp and we've got to breathe. Virgo, breathe, okay? And think about the future. Think about the next 10 years, 100 years, and let's make a plan, right? We need some of that air energy. We got to start planning. That's what this card is supposed to do. This card looks at the future, envisions the kind of world you want. Who are you? Where are you? And what are you doing? And what's going on in the world, right? I think you're taking that extra sort of step there, that fourth step. And once you have that vision, you've got to reverse engineer it. You've got to work your way backwards to start planning the steps to get there. See, this is the person that's looking forward and can see the destination, but can't see the road. You got to build the road. You got to plan. You've got to engineer this. Okay? And so we need some air energy. What we're going to do now, I think, is go over to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything, and it really does help the channel, and I appreciate that. We've got to support all of our YouTube tarot readers, okay? Not just your favorite, moi, but everybody that you love and that you value here on the platform, okay? Things are tough all over. All right. Anyway, thank you. General energy, look at this, wealth, right? This is the ideal world that the Knight of Pentacles is looking at. The Knight of Pentacles is always looking at the, yes, 10 of Pentacles. This is the ideal. This is who you are, where you are, what you're doing, and what the world is like. This is the way you envision it. Now we got to figure out how to get there. That's the point here. How are we getting there? Spirit's telling me there's a connection with the Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon, that sort of area, right? I don't know if Seattle means anything to you, but there's something over there for you. Okay, so just think about it, and if that gets brought up in your life anytime soon, there's a reason. Okay, but this is the life that you envision, and it's one of wealth. It is one of prosperity, not just for you, but for everyone. Okay. Now, I don't want to imply that the Devil card has to be completely selfless, because that's not the Devil card's nature. The Devil card is a very selfish card. I have a driving force. I want to create. I have this, I experience some gratitude in some gratification in my creation. And I experience a little bit of competition with the forces of nature around me that are trying to stop me from doing what I'm doing, right? There's resistance. And so the devil really is sort of about, I'm trying to create, I'm trying to do this, I want to leave my mark on the world, right? But it's a generative drive. You're creating something that is going to benefit the rest of the world. Now, that doesn't mean to me that you're being completely altruistic or completely selfless, right? And that you're taking no reward and you're giving all of it away. No, you're experiencing intense gratification from what you do. There's an intense pride over your accomplishments. And you deserve to reap the rewards of your efforts, yes. But what you're also trying to do, in terms of the Hanged Man here, I think you're trying to help humanity reach a new level, reach a new perspective. You're trying to you're trying to change the world in a way, and maybe just sort of one person at a time, or just locally, just with your friends, family, You're trying to, by your leveling up, you're sort of leveling up the collective. I think this card is also about you trying to further the purpose of humanity as you see it, which might be to improve the quality of life for yourself and others, right? To transcend the current limiting circumstances of yourself and others, and to alleviate suffering wherever you can, And it's one of those things that it's important that you got that Ace of Cups, right? It's important that you have empathy and compassion, and I think you are working to alleviate suffering for yourself and others, right? And I think self is first, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's the way they tell you to put your own oxygen on first before you help out anyone sitting next to you, You don't want to be overcome by the suffering of other people. That sort of defeats the purpose, right? That sort of undoes everything you're doing. By giving it all away, then you're sort of well, maybe it's an exercise of impermanence and non-attachment and that sort of thing. Yes, but I feel like it's also in a way undoing everything that you've accomplished. I think that you are not meant to take on the suffering of everybody else. You're not the sin eater, you know. You're not meant to take on everybody else's burden, everybody else's trauma, everybody else's suffering. So with empathy and compassion is very important that we maintain some sort of boundary. And to me, it feels like the boundary that a surgeon might have. Everybody thinks, you know, doctors and surgeons, there's such, and this is just a sweeping, broad generalization, that doctors and surgeons are all high and mighty, and they're all very arrogant, and they don't care, and they're, no, they have to maintain a certain distance from their patients. Okay? They have intent, and yeah, a lot of doctors probably just do it for the clout, you know. They're surgeons because it's a cool job, and not everybody can do it. But I think the majority of people that are in healthcare are people that have intense compassion and empathy, and they want to alleviate the suffering of others, but they have to maintain a boundary so they don't get overcome and overrun and sort of 10 of Wands run over, steamrolled by all of that suffering and all of that sort of pain and trauma and emotional energy. I don't know if you're in healthcare. It could be. But I think you're doing something that you want to connect with other people, and you want to share that sort of intimate bond with other people. And even if they have no connection with the work that you're doing, I think the idea here is that it's opening up your heart, right? It's opening up this heart chakra, this Ace of Cups. The water is going to be flowing. And I think that it's kind of taking your emotions to a lot of different places and connecting with a lot of people, which is very, very good. Maintain the boundary, though, right? So that you don't get sort of overwhelmed by this, okay? The overwhelmed energy is this 10 of Wands. Of course, it is kind of an exhausted fire energy. It's kind of talking about the fire, the driving force that we have here, all of this fire. Well, because the Capricorn energy is fire of earth, right? This is all fire that's sort of penetrating the earth and changing the shape of the landscape, right? The way that the molten lava and whatever it is, magma under the surface is changing the shape of the Earth's crust, you know, forming mountains and all of these things. Whatever else, I don't know, I'm no geologist. But the 10 of Wands is sort of an exhaustion of all this energy, which it's important to sort of keep a boundary with yourself too, because I think the more you're accomplishing, the more success you have, the harder you're going to push yourself, because it's like, I can't slow down now. Things are really picking up and it's getting great and I got to keep going. You don't wear yourself out. Okay? I feel like you're already dealing with some back pain. You already maybe are having headaches and things like this. I'm not a doctor. It's not a medical diagnosis. I think you're pushing yourself very, very hard. Okay? And we don't want to sort of steamroll right over ourselves, you know, because then we're out of commission, and we don't want to be out of commission. This is also the card that says maybe we need to reconnect with people that can help us. Maybe we need to reconsider having that team effort again. Okay? And I know this is the difficulty. It's difficult for you to slow down. It's difficult for you to get back into the team mindset. But we might need to do that, because remember, it's time for us to start planning really how we are going to realize this vision of the 10 of Pentacles that we have. And what is it that we need to keep ourselves going strong? There's that 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is your commitment. It's your power. It's your strength, though. This is really the resolve to keep going. But this is you sort of... It's like in a car, you know, got the engine. There's a certain level of acceleration, I guess, a certain degree of throttle that gives you the very best gas mileage. You know, it's like I don't know. Sometimes it's like, I don't know. Some cars it's like around 2,000 RPMs or 2,500 RPMs. Sometimes it's around like 55 to 59 miles per hour. I don't know, kilometers. There's a sweet spot in energy where you're making the most distance using the least amount of fuel. It's kind of a balance between speed, I want to get there quick, and then also the conservation of energy. I'm getting there as fast as I can while using the least amount of resources. Okay? And I don't know, the law of conservation of energy, I guess. What is that, the first law? Newton's first law, maybe? I don't know. I'm no physicist. But that's the sweet spot. And I think this is a combination between you taking care of yourself and resting, finding the right teammates, and having the plan set up. I really am hoping for some air energy over here. Because we need some planning. Right? We need to figure out the course so that we're not wasting a lot of energy having to turn around and go back a different way. When we get a roadblock or there's a detour, it's like, could have planned for that maybe, you know? So I think that, and I think with the fire energy too, it is talking about your spending and your investing. Your spending of energy, resources, whether it's money, time, space, whether it's physical energy, or whether it literally is gasoline in your car, you know? Let's be mindful of how much we're using up. And sometimes when we're starting to experience this success, when all this, this is really good energy, and I think it's happening very fast for you, it's very easy to get carried away and just say, I'm going to floor it. I can't wait to get here. I want to rush forward so fast. We've got to ease down a little bit, Ripley. All right. Let's look at the mystery card, though. Let's see what we might have for this. I feel like right now you sort of have, maybe there's been a difficulty making friends. I feel like you make friends very easily, but I feel like you just kind of don't have the will or the interest to do it right now. But I feel like you need that. I feel like with the opening of this Ace of Cups, this heart chakra, I feel that right now it's important that you connect with people or reconnect with people and get those sort of, get those emotional, deeper spiritual, intimate bonds going again with people. Okay? So that the goat doesn't become too isolated there. Yeah. Let's look at this mystery card. I'm thinking air energy. That's what I feel like we need, is some air energy. If you have a prediction, though, put it in the comments, please. Let's see what we have. The sun, the sun, the sun. The sun is actually very good, because I think that when the Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future and trying to see this vision, I've got my vision. How do I get from here to there? The sun, I think, is illuminating all of the landscape. Now, the Knight of Pentacles maybe still can't see the road, but can see the terrain, can see everything, can see, oh, there's a little lake over there, there's some really sharp mountains over there, maybe you don't want to go that way, there's some crocodiles and hippopotamuses over there, maybe avoid that. So it really allows you, I think, to see the bigger picture. It allows you to see kind of almost having a premonition that you can sort of see yourself going toward this goal and what it's going to look like and sort of what you're going to encounter along the way. I think this is an enlightening of the mind, of the soul. I think this is an illumination of consciousness. Yeah. I think this is you really seeing things in a larger perspective. You're not just seeing things in terms of your own life, but the larger life of the universe, you know? You're understanding your larger significance to the human race, to consciousness, to spirit, to the whole universe, right? Every star in space is the center of the universe, right? Space is infinite. Theoretically, anyway. I don't know if it is or not. I guess people differ in their opinions about that. But anyway, spirit is the infinite sphere, which means that each point of consciousness is the center of that infinite sphere. Yeah. And so I feel that this is sort of a recognition of your importance and your significance, a recognition of your path. I think this is allowing you to see, perhaps you're seeing that there are many different roads to get to your sort of vision, right? Your ideal vision of the future. Maybe there are many roads to get there. And this is you maybe choosing which road you want to go on. There's the lonely road over here, maybe faster, right? But it's lonely. There's a road over here, maybe has a little more twists and turns, but takes you by some very nice villages. You meet some really nice people. Yeah. This is a great confirmation. This is also saying that you are destined for success, for, I think, fame and fortune. I think it's a financial boon for sure for you. And just be sure you apply it in the right way to your life. That you use all of this power for good, right, instead of ill. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Virgo are Tuesdays and Saturdays. This was a special update. It does not replace your Tuesday or Saturday reading, so be sure to watch both of those readings in addition to this one, okay? Tuesday and Saturday. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.